let go of myself. When you found me, I was lonely, yeah. But then you took my hand and said, it's gonna be alright. I'm here for you tonight. Can't believe that you are my lady. It's so crazy, it's so crazy. She got the love for me, she got the love for me. She makes me feel like I'm the only one. She got the love for me, she got the love for me. She makes me feel like I'm the only one.
Please don't tell me any more about her. I kinda wish that I had never asked, 'cause now I've got a concrete image of her. Now I'm caught up in your broken past. I don't wanna hear about her mother, or why she never felt she had a home. It's funny you didn't say she had a brother, but neither friend's the one she used to know. If I'm honest, I don't know why you keep on beating this dead horse. Can't you see that I'm jealous? If she makes such an impression, go get her, 'cause baby it's her or me. I know in between, I know in between. If she makes such an impression, go get her, 'cause baby it's her or me. I know in between. Maybe when I'm older and I'm wiser, I'll keep my self-respect intact. 'Cause even though I wish you never loved her, I can't erase the past you had. I don't know if you see my side after all that we've been through. Would you still take mine? Tell me I'm not crazy, at least I'm pretty sure. 'Cause if everything broke down, would you run to her? I don't keep on beating. Instead, her escapes, you see that I'm jealous. If she made such an impression, go get her. 'Cause baby, it's her or me. No in between. No in between. She made such an impression, go get her. 'Cause baby, it's her or me. No in between.
Well, guys, I think it might be it might be time. Yeah, you know what? It's time. Let's do this.
Distance nerding.
Hey! Well, here we are. Once again, we are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching the one, the only, The Build. Oh, yeah. It is that time. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your boy, Young Phil. I am currently the only one here at the moment, which is completely fine because I've got a guest here that I'm ready to bring on. And before I do that, of course, I've got to do all of the necessary and I guess the plugs. You know, I got to do all the plugs at the beginning right here because, you know, they keep us going. They make the entire thing work and go and do what we're doing here. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm coming on right here, of course, got to let you guys know right here on the top corner. You can barely see it, but you'll see it here in a second. This entire channel, if you guys watch these channels, are brought to you by Poddex. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, it is Poddex. Poddex are a unique interview question and episode starting prompt in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience and get more engagement, you're going to want to check out poddex.com. Now, guys, head over to www.poddex.com and use the code NERDING10 to get 10% off your order. All right, guys. Now, Poddex has all kinds of awesome stuff. You guys have the decks themselves. They're good as icebreakers. They're good as just kind of like party things where you can just like play party games with them and ask your friends questions. You know, you can just kind of just be the random weirdo on the street and just ask people random questions because why not? That just sounds like fun to me, right? Yeah, probably not. Either way, guys, Poddex are awesome. Head over to poddex.com and use the code NERDING10, just like you see on the screen there, and you get 10% off your order. Now, I know we all ask this on a daily basis. Phil, where the hell do you get all of this energy? And I'm going to tell you where Phil gets all the energy from. Ladies and gentlemen, easy enough. He gets it from Dubby. Hell yeah, Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugar, no fillers, no artificial color, no dyes, none of that extra stuff that the competitors have in their drinks. Guys, find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. And of course, use the code NERDING10 and you get 10% off your order. There are 5 delicious energy blend flavors. You've got Dub Sludge, you've got Galaxy Grenade, you've got Beach and Peach, you've got the Passion Joy Tea, and of course my favorite, Dragonade, which is a dragon fruit pink lemonade. It is amazing. And when I say these flavors, a lot of people think like, oh, it's going to be all chalky and nasty. No, they taste exactly like what I say they are. And it is amazing. They've managed to get these flavors out and make them just the best flavors that there are. Now, of course, there's also the new non-caffeine, non-energy blend hydration formula, Monkey Madness. Hey, that actually goes with our guest. And Monkey Madness is a strawberry banana electrolyte drink, and it is amazing. Hey, you don't when you see us at a show and we're giving out Dubby, ask for Monkey Madness, and your kids can drink that, and they don't have to be bouncing off the walls with a whole crap ton of caffeine in their system. So, guys, you want to get some Dubby, head over to www.dubby.gg and use the code nerding10. You get 10% off your order. All right, now let me get back to my main screen here, and you guys can see me again. Now, before I bring on the guest, then actually I'm going to start mixing tonight. I've already got my flavors in place right here. I'm going to do Galaxy Grenade tonight. Galaxy Grenade is a watermelon, guava, and lime. And I'm going to mix that with Beach and Peach right here, which is a mango white peach cooler. So just think of those flavors, right? Mango, white peach, watermelon, guava, lime. Can you get more tropical than that? I mean, you can. There's a couple other things I can throw in here. Maybe one day I might combine 3 flavors and throw some Dragonade in with this. God, that sounds amazing. All right, I'm gonna stop gushing over this, and as I'm getting my my drink ready here, I'm gonna start introducing this week's guest, guys. There's a lot that I can say about how cool our next guest is. Only the second person that is a that can claim the right of being a professor. He is an artist. He is a illustrator. He's worked on books. He's worked on video games. God, he's worked on all kinds of stuff. I mean, guys, who better to bring on than and we have I don't have one of his hats, but James does, and he rocks it all the time. Now I want one of these hats, but I mean, that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bring on the talented, the amazing Jordan C Fong, aka Monkey Boy Illustrations. Let's get a round of applause. Make sure I'm on the right thing here. All right, we're gonna get a round of applause for Jordan C Fong.
Hey, what's going on? Yo, Phil, thank you, man, for that intro. That's too kind. Too kind.
Hey, man, I got to tell the truth, right? We've met you 1 or 2 times. You've helped us out with different things, and dude, you're pretty in the words of a great scholar that I've studied in the past, badass.
Awesome. Yeah, we have crossed paths. It's very kind of serendipitous how I met you and, like you said, James, in the circuit of what you all do. So it's very cool that we're finally able to hook up and collaborate, or at least really just be part of what you're doing already. So thank you again for having me on your show, man. It's very much an honor to be here, with your audience.
Yeah, and then on top of that, we've met a few times, but really another big push and another big advocate for you, pushing hardcore in the chat right now. He goes by Let's Create 808, but it's our boy Darren.
Our boy Darren, yeah, man, I can't give him enough props for really connecting us with the crew, and really being an advocate of what you do and also what I do. And he's just a quick shout out to Darren. He's also been helping out with all that stuff with the organization that I'm sure we'll talk about later on, as an artist, and really being an advocate for the arts, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, no, and he's a talented artist himself, man.
Oh, so. Yeah. No doubt, man. No doubt.
So I use fizzy water in my coffee here, and I just went and started mixing it, and of course it decided to like fizz up on me. So I was like, let's just make sure it's not
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
A giant mason jar of this stuff. It's no joke.
Right, right. In case it's not carbonated enough, they like to let you know.
Well, because it's powder form, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
oh man, that is delicious. See that, and lately I've been putting more and more different flavors together.
Mm.
And yeah, that's another scrumptious one right there, man. So I'm gonna enough talking about my stuff here. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna switch my camera so we can get ready to start building this question box. I'm gonna start asking you a whole bunch of questions, um, because we gotta let the whole, you know, everybody, everything know what the heck is up with Jordan C Fong and who you are,
Of
and
course, why not?
like why is it cool to learn more about Jordan C Fong, because I there's a lot of cool stuff about you and I can't wait to talk about it, man. So go ahead and switch this here. Look at that.
Nice, dude.
Super Mario here.
You know, I just picked up a quick kind of following on your Legos. I picked up the Thor Bro Cave or something from Lego Build. I just got that the other day, man. I haven't built it yet, but looks cool.
The Bro Cave's pretty cool, actually.
Is it?
I usually don't get the play sets because I usually go for like the model kits.
Yeah.
And I do have Thor's hammer.
Oh, nice. I saw that. I saw that on your recent episodes, man. The build, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I've got Thor's hammer and whatnot, and that's another fun one that I've used in the past and whatnot. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and get popping on this. But Jordan, the things that you've done, man, you are again just a small little schmig of your accolades, man. You're a writer, you're an artist, you're a professor. You've worked in game art, man. We need an origin story. What's your superhero origin story?
Yeah, man. Well, way back, origin story. I think I can start with how Monkey Boy, the moniker Monkey Boy Illustrations came about. I'm of Chinese Hawaiian ancestry and
Mahalo, bro.
culture. Yeah, culture roots. Thank you. And so I was born the year of the monkey in terms of Chinese astrology and whatnot. And so I've always been a huge fan and enjoyed the monkey in its forms, its energy, and its shenanigans. And then the fast forward to college, I went to UCSB, UC Santa Barbara, and I was on the crew team. And we were a very dynamic and rambunctious group, I would say. And so one of the things that my teammates and I would do is we would it would be called the monkey hump. And what we would do is really we would just wrestle with kids or with our teammates. And I would just jump on them and start pouncing on them and stuff. And so I got the moniker Monkey Boy is how it came about. And so I kind of kept that name throughout college. And then as I was kind of building my brand and identity as an artist, I was focusing on all kinds of things art related: sculpture, paintings, drawings, graphite, charcoal. But I focused more towards an illustration, like visual storytelling. And so I wanted to incorporate illustration somehow in something. And then I thought, oh, why not just Monkey Boy Illustrations? And that's kind of how that name came about. And so from there, I finished my days at Santa Barbara, still rode on and off throughout the years. And then I went to grad school at the Academy of Art University. Back then it was called Academy of Art College. Then they shifted and rebranded themselves as more of a university for a variety of reasons, right? Where I was studying 2D animation, actually. And so I love 2D animation. That's kind of what inspired me to get into art, right? The old school, at least for me growing up in the 90s and the 80s, seeing like Aladdin, the Disney films, Don Bluth films, Chuck Jones, Looney Tunes.
Oh hell yeah, I'm a big Don Bluth fan, man.
Right. We don't see that anymore, man. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
we actually just got my daughter watching Thumbelina,
Nice.
which she loves. She calls it the I forget what she calls it, like the grasshopper show, because all the insects and stuff.
Right. Have you gotten her on Ferngully yet?
No, that'd be the next one though.
Yeah, you gotta get her on Ferngully. You gotta Actually, shout outs to our friends over at I Arcade, because speaking of Don Bluth,
Yeah.
they're the Arcade consoles, their stand up like console machines. They have all of the Dragon's Lair games.
Oh, what?
Remember that that's
Oh
also
yeah, man.
property.
There's a spot called Aladdin's Castle over here in Mountain View on the peninsula. I used to go to all the time, and they'd have Dragon Slayer, and then Shoreline Cinema and Mountain View. They had the arcade game as well. Man, that was great. It's
Yeah.
like playing animated cartoon, which is amazing.
Right, and then of course, my all-time favorite as a kid was Five Goes West. Not American Tail, but Five
Right.
Goes West.
Yeah, that was a fun one, man. I remember a classmate of ours. He would get scared though in an American Tail when the lightning scene came on. When we were on that boat in the very beginning, and he had to leave. He didn't come back after that. But
some people can't take it, man.
They can't handle it. Cannot handle it. And occasionally we might be interrupted by my kids. I got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old here at home, and this is prime time, daddy time. So they might come by and say hi to you and your audience.
They're the stars of the show. They are by any means invited to come on the show and speak any words that they'd like.
Awesome. My daughter might take you up on that. Thankfully, she's actually probably watching Robin Hood. Actually, she just started watching Robin Hood, the Disney version.
Oh, I was gonna ask. I was like, is it the? Oh, it's got feedback for the first time ever. No, but yeah, the Robin Hood with oh man, yeah, where he's a fox, right?
Yeah, the fox and the bear and the oodalada yay.
Lolly oodalali golly what a day.
Yep. She loves that, man.
Robin Little John walking through the forest. Oodalali golly what a day. But yeah, man, that's awesome. I mean, you're already putting him in the right direction, right? You're putting him in a place where, like, yeah, you guys gotta have a love for this 2D animation.
Yeah, it's back in the closet for them. I mean, they can only come out when we're watching 2D animation or 3D stuff, and then it's back in the shed.
Back in the shed.
Yeah, I'm joking, of course. For the audience, please don't call CPA on me or anything. I know we all just met, so we probably don't know my humor, but it's all good. I'm a great parent, I think. So we're good.
I'm a good parent. I promise. I'm a good parent.
Yeah. Ignore the screaming in the background. Ignore that.
I'm a good daddy. Man, no, that's awesome though, man. So I mean, so your love for 2D animation kind of, I would assume, came from obviously Don Bluth, but then some Disney influences and stuff like that.
Yeah, Disney influences. As a kid, so I was born in the 80s and experienced cartoons in the 80s and early 90s, and growing up, I was really big after school cartoon fan, right? So that's what I always do, get my cartoon education with Tiny Toons, with Tailspin, Rescue Rangers,
dude,
DuckTales, man. The even like was it Voltron, and there was this other one. But yeah, there you go. It's, and He-Man and the Ewoks cartoons, man. Thundercat.
Yeah. Oh, God, where's James when you need him, man? Like James would be all over the place right now because he's another guy like us, is a big 2D animation nut. And
man.
Everything that he used to watch as a kid.
You kind of can't escape it, from our era, especially because everything was on TV, right? It wasn't on some different service. It was right there, and when your parents want to get rid of you, they just put you in front of the TV. So thank you to my parents for letting me watch TV on end.
That's what it's like being a latchkey kid, right?
Yeah. But yeah, that definitely got me inspired to do into cartoons. And then growing up, for me, comic wise, I was a big Marvel fan. Then I actually got into a lot of Image comics like Youngblood and Jim Lee's Wildcats and Richter, all that.
Some Liefeld right there.
Yeah, right. Who couldn't draw feet for the life of him, but hey, it's all good. He was still talented anyway, man.
I love that in Deadpool 2 they made that joke.
Yes, yeah. I don't think many people got it except for who would know, right? That
right. He was like, He goes, who would make this character? It's not very cinematic. Probably somebody who can't draw feet.
But yeah, man. And then that kind of got me started into 2D animation at grad school. But then I shifted my focus though, because 2D animation was a lot of drawing, obviously with pencil and paper, and some animatics with storyboarding elements. But then I kind of shifted my focus to want to get into the industry in terms of film and entertainment, to want to get into teaching actually. So that's where my shift went to what was then called, just starting to become visual development as a field of study, at least in art school. This is like early 2000s, like 2006, 2007. What was visual development was just kind of becoming something to study, but it was before that it was always called concept art, and so that's what kind of I was doing a lot of. That opened the door for me to get back into my old school mediums when I was in undergrad, which was like charcoal, gouache, oil painting, acrylics. So I got back into my roots, so to speak, as an artist, which is great because I do all that now. Where I teach at Foothill College, which is a local community college here in the Bay Area. Doing that stuff.
Right. Now, real quick before we move on, I know Darren is blowing up the chat, so I got to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to go back here and
man,
check his questions here because I know he's got a lot of questions for you here. So let's see. Making jokes about Monkey Boy. He's making jokes about Monkey Boy drinking Monkey Madness. Mario.
I went to UCSD, so I got plenty of stories of drinking Monkey Madness, man.
Oh, here we go right here. All right. Before we start, do you have a message for your art students who may be watching the stream?
Oh, turn it off now. You don't want to hear any of my personal stories, man. I don't want to come back and bite me in the butt, man. No, any advice is to listen to more podcasts about this kind of subject matter, to just get exposure to other stories of artists and how they got started, because who knows, you might find yourself with similar interests and or on a similar path to where you want to go. That's what I would say to my students if they're watching. Hopefully they are. I told them about the podcast. So
all right. I'm going to get into that question a little bit, Darren, so I'm going to skip a couple of these questions because I already have things waiting for us here. We already have a tell us about yourself. Okay, that's a good one. He said, if I was one of your students,
right,
what would I have to do to get an A in your class?
I mean, there's not enough you could do, Darren, to get an A in my class, buddy. I'm sorry, man. Just kidding, man. Just kidding. You already got the skills, bro. You don't need to take my class. You're good, buddy. Just keep showing your work and done deal.
Is that one of the things that you request of your students? Is like, I just need you guys to show your work. Like
minimally, they do gotta like submit their work. Yes, that's something they definitely need to do. At minimum, is at least show me you're producing and drawing, or digitally painting for my classes, or painting. All of the above. Yeah.
Okay. So it's more it's less a like math style, show me your work, and more of a just produce art.
Yeah, produce art, and then also man, I can talk days about this topic, Phil, mainly because it's in higher education. This whole discussion about how to make art school in general more equitable and more fair, really, in terms of grading rubrics and how we grade our students, and the historical context behind education in general, and how that was started, and who was in power at the time to quantify and approve work, etc. Anyway, I don't want to do that. But a lot of it is like really, producing work, and then showing, at least for my classes, applying the concepts that we've learned in class to your own work, and then improving that work over the course of the class, and really growing, right, as an artist, learning from our mistakes. I think that's something a lot of art students in general are afraid of doing. They feel like they should get it right the first time, and that mistakes don't happen. Professional artists don't make mistakes, and it's like, no, we do. That's how we learn, and that's
right.
Why we do thumbnail sketches and concept art, for example.
Right. I mean, you have to make mistakes.
Yeah, totally, 100%.
You don't learn from anything on there. When me and James originally started doing the podcast, that was all the time. We kept asking people to give us harsh critiques. Like we kept saying, we don't want to know what we're doing that's good. We want to know what we're doing that's bad so we can improve it, right?
Yeah, totally.
And we constantly never got any never got any bad critiques. And I think it was just people were just too they didn't want to hurt our feelings, I guess. Because to this day we still don't get very much like bad negative critiques, but it's like I want I almost want negative critiques.
Yeah, totally. And that's something we talk about in my classes, at least, is that and it's not so much like the negative critiques, right, but like how the negative comments are given, right? So there's definitely ways to word things,
right,
and provide constructive feedback that are helpful, as opposed to, hey, your work sucks, you should fix this, right? Or say, I suppose, right.
Give me something constructive that I can work off of so I can improve.
Exactly. And so that's something we talk about beforehand when we do like class critiques, for example. We have a whole discussion about how to talk about one's art without making it about the artist themselves, or about the work that's in front of them, and applying what we've learned in class to really help our students improve together, as opposed to a very punitive process that's negative. And because I definitely had that experience in art school, man. Art school is a different beast. They have no problem making you cry and wanting to drop the class or leave the studio. So it's
it feels like I don't feel that is constructive. Like just trying to have somebody,
break them.
Like that's almost like you're trying to do a show of power more so than you're trying to teach.
Exactly. And I think, to your comment, that's part of the things that's happening in higher education, is that they're acknowledging that used to be how people were graded, right? It was really kind of a show of power to make someone feel a certain way, or to remind them of where they are and where you are in terms of like experience and learning. Hey, come here, buddy. Come here. Okay, bye, buddy. Okay.
No, yeah, I've never found that constructive. I've never found complete negative critiques to impose power. I've never found anything that actually is.
No, totally, man. You're totally on point. My son wants to say hi real quickly to you.
How's it going, buddy?
This is Jacob. He just turned 1 back in June.
Jacob, you got the screen, Jacob.
Say hi, Jacob. Yeah. Blow kisses to the audience. There we go. Say hi. Hi. Yeah, there we go. All right, making his debut on screen.
Jacob, you are adorable. Don't let anybody tell you any different.
That's right. Right? Okay, kisses. Okay, go see mama. Let's just stop and bye, bud.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. It's my whole belief on anything is be constructive, don't be destructive. You know what I mean?
I like that. But going back to animation and how I got to teaching, that's kind of like my quick synopsis and life story, origin story. Along the way, I've definitely had some odd jobs. I was a Starbucks barista all through grad school, so I definitely had that end of working in food service industry and dealing with customers, which helped me prepare to dealing with students or angry students. And then worked.
You didn't make my coffee right.
Right. Oh man, the worst is when customers are rude to other customers waiting in line. That's the worst. And then I have to.
I was waiting. Well, you know what? So was I, dude.
Yeah. They're always taken aback when I intervene and try to conflict resolution the situation.
Right.
And then I got my first start in art education in general when I was art director for the Boys and Girls Club in the Peninsula over in East Palo Alto. Shout out to them.
I used to go to Boys and Girls Club in the Mission.
Oh, right on, man.
I'm from San Francisco originally, so.
Oh, my wife is from San Francisco originally, as well. Yeah, Richmond district over there.
I was from the Mission.
Nice. And then other odd jobs in the art community, art field. Like you mentioned earlier, I was before teaching full time, I worked part time or contract for hire as a mobile game artist for several startups, where I was did anything and everything from character design to game level design. I helped design websites for them and came up with company logos and worked on graphic design side with marketing and branding and stuff like that. Um, and so I definitely parlayed that experience into teaching classes at Foothill as well, where we have like a whole game design um, pathway for of courses. We have animation,
That's cool.
comic and illustration stuff. So
Nice, nice, man. So just to kind of go back to Darren's questions here, who are your biggest artistic influences? Now we did mention Don Bluth, but who are some other influences for you?
oh yeah, man. I mean, I think for me as a kid, as a youth, being very immersed in like the Chuck Jones,
Chuck
Looney
Jones.
Tunes. Yeah, yeah. Tex Avery, that type of like rubber hose, very wonky, stylized, exaggerated design was influential on me as a kid. And then Disney, of course, Don Bluth. Um, let's see, Marvel. I mean, like I said earlier, I was a big Marvel and image fan growing up. So much to the effect where actually in Spawn, topic from Spawn was huge.
So like McFarlane, would you say is like a big, or maybe Greg Capullo, like as being like as influences?
Yeah, yeah, and then even Joe. I can't remember Joe Madureira. His style, really incorporating anime influences into the Marvel universe was huge.
Yeah.
To see that really take off, and then anime, manga in general, that whole genre, um, just seeing it out there and how detailed those drawings were in 2D film, because like when compared to like Disney or Don Bluth, everything is so simplified and abstracted, but the animes, the layouts, the environments were so meticulous, which is very cool to see. Um, let's see. I mean, those are like the cartoon influences as a kid. Like illustratively, I was in graduate school. I got big into J.C. Leyendecker, who he's a illustrator. Um, Obviously, Norman Rockwell is a big influence. Um, More contemporary artists, it was like Doug Chiang. He was the I think a lead or one of the main visual artists for the Star Wars episodes 1 through 3 for their robots and their vehicles.
Okay.
Super cool guy. Dude, funny story about him though is actually I actually met Doug Chiang when I was in undergrad, and I forgot how I got connected. I think a family friend who worked at KQED knew Doug Chiang. He's at the time he lived in San Rafael, and
Right.
We connected at Santa Barbara. And the more interesting part of the story is that for some reason, man, I thought he had just gotten married. And so in all of our emails and communiques, I kept saying, "Hey, congrats on being a newlywed. Congrats on just getting married." Like after every email, I would say this, right? And then and then finally I wrote him a card actually, because I went to visit him in his house and he showed me his home studio, and he's working on the book at the time called Robotica. Um, and then I wrote him a thank you card, thanking me for visiting his house and talking shop about how to get the industry and his experience. And in the thank you card I wrote him, even then in that thank you card I said, "Hey, congrats on your just getting married." And then the guy, I think, must have just had it with me. He's like, "What is up with this kid?" And so finally he says, "Hey, just so you know, I've been married for so and so many years, but thank you." And I was like, "Oh," I was just so embarrassed for that, because it's just a recurring thing. I just kept hitting home over and over again. I don't know why.
Like, why does he guy just got married, man?
Yeah, or why does he think I just got married? Like, what is wrong with him? But super nice guy. Other than that, though, super cordial and not at all rude or unapproachable. Very nice guy. But that was just my own story with Doug Chiang and being awkward college kid. You know,
I mean, you're talking to Doug Chiang.
right?
He's a pretty big name in the industry, man. So I mean, like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's I can understand the nervousness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Um, let's see, but those are influences as a kid growing up. And then actually, while I was living in Kauai at the back in 2010, 2012, I was able to hop on a project a friend of a friend, um, called Sanctuary, which is a graphic novel that was published locally here in San Jose through Slave Labor Graphics, at the time at least. And I was brought on as the colorist for this graphic novel series, and so that's how I got my foot kind of into that industry in terms of graphic novels and comic books. It was very cool to kind of be immersed in that world for a quick minute, and then since then. I've been teaching about comics and cartoons and illustration and how people can get into that field. Um, but yeah, so that's kind of where my spectrum of like industry experience kind of lies. Um, I think, yeah.
So again, where do you normally like draw experience or inspiration from? Like, is it just from everyday life kind of stuff, or is it?
Yeah, totally. Great question, man. Recently, because I'm working on two, and I mentioned this to Darren a couple of times in our conversations, but I'm working on two. I kind of finished one already, but two graphic novels. I kind of stem from like personal experience and just growing up as a kid here in the peninsula. The first one is called Geode Saga, and it's a story about four friends who explore this forest in their own backyard and discover these mystical geodes, um, and learn that the rock quarry that's mining them isn't all that it seems to be. And so it's based on myself and three other friends that I grew up with that used to play in this forest and actually collect rocks. At some point, I actually wanted to become a geologist before I became an artist.
Nice. My wife actually wanted she wanted to be a geologist.
Oh yeah,
Good amount.
nice, dude.
Yeah,
Something about rocks, and the formations and the earth. It's just so cool, so cool.
she'll be on here in a minute.
Okay, all right on. So that's a graphic novel I've been writing, and I just gotta start illustrating it. And then the other one that I'm working on is a food truck graphic novel, and it's about
Food truck novel.
yeah,
Anytime you're interested, I love
yeah.
it.
It's about two protagonists in this series. It's a brother and two brothers, and they are one set of protagonists, and then there's a sister pair that's the other protagonist. It's about growing up Chinese American and kind of breaking down the monolith of Asians being the perpetual immigrants, and so there's a lot of layers of that in there. But using food as a vehicle, no pun intended, with the food trucks to kind of communicate that message and the meaning. Hi, sweetie. Okay. But before that, before I got worthless graphic novels, I would definitely draw inspiration just from Disney, Marvel, DC, those superhero characters that are already established, and kind of try to create my own group of superheroes or funny cartoon characters. Um, Also, that kind of innately kind of sparked my imagination and visual interest of things um, as it grew.
Okay.
On. There we go. I'm Jackie. I have to eat dinner before I do this.
So, no worries. Hey, Jackie. I'm Jordan. What's going on?
Nice to meet you. So I've kind of been listening as I was getting ready, but I walked in on the geology part. Geology was pretty much the only class that I was ever like instinctively good at.
Nice.
I was like like anytime like the teacher needed an answer, I always seemed to know it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I you were saying like like the looking at like the earth and the layers and how long things have been there, and the simple difference between there's a difference between lava and magma, and like you can have similar rock compositions, and the only difference is the trapped gases are a little bit different.
Liquid hot magma.
Yes. Oh wait. So I said that very phrase in my class at UCSB, and my TA did not think it was hilarious at all. But all the other classmates are just laughing, and like I was taking it with a teammate of mine at the time, and we were just like, I could tell she was like, God damn student athletes, they just joke around in class. I'm like, oh, sorry, I just couldn't resist. Couldn't
Like, come
resist.
on, man. You're telling me nobody has made that joke. That you
Yeah, exactly,
guys have
exactly.
no sense of humor. Come on.
Hmm.
I have always, contrary to popular belief, I always feel like smart ass comments help me remember things better.
Yeah,
I don't know whether or not that's true because it helps you tie it to something that is memorable.
totally. It's relatable, right? It makes it relatable.
But you're right, most like teachers and stuff like that, they don't appreciate it. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm sorry that one of the most popular movies ever made has a comment that fits in this perfectly.
But yeah, that was those are two novels I working on that are inspired just from my own experiences. And as a kid, I would just draw inspiration from the cartoons and stuff that I was watching. Um,
Nice, man. Oh, wait a second there.
oh, we're good. We're good. We're good.
We're good. All right.
We're good.
So man, I kind of want to go into kind of some of the schools that you've worked at, right? Because I mean, are you originally from the Bay Area?
So I'm originally from the Bay Area. Was born and raised here. Was born in San Jose, raised here in Los Altos. Went to school
okay,
down in San Jose.
really quick, I have a quick question. Do
Yeah.
you know about the haunted Toys R Us?
I did in Sunnyvale back in the day. Yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah, back in the day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's still. I mean, I think that Toys R Us has since I think closed down. I don't know what they converted it to. But oh, totally. Like the toys would move on the shelves and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Like all the kind of fun that I don't want to be involved in.
Oh yeah, no,
Sorry, I'm really bad at interrupting. Go ahead.
no. I'm just going with the flow that you and Phil have established. I don't know what's what. So
No.
to me, this is all normal. So it's all good.
No, yeah, but I was getting into more so. So yeah, you're originally from the Bay Area, correct?
Yeah, originally from the Bay Area, and then the schools I worked at. Well, so how I got to Kauai is my grandfather was born and raised on Kauai, actually. So he's from Kauai. I have a family still on Kauai and on Oahu. They live there. Like about like 40 cousins, I think now, who are still tied to the islands and whatnot. And so I think I mentioned in 2010, 2012, I lived on Kauai, and I taught at Kauai Community College for their digital media department. And then while I was teaching there, I also worked as a program director for a mentoring program on Kauai. It was the equivalent of like Big Brothers Big Sisters, but for more localized for locals, and had a cultural aspect to it in terms of the mentorship programs. It was called Kukui Malama Lama. And so I was program director with that and a case manager. And then I also worked on Kauai with the Honolulu Academy of Arts. I would teach their after school art programs for Kapa'a Elementary School for a little bit. And then came back here to the States for a variety of reasons. And then I kept, wanting to be in the higher education community and profession. And so I taught part-time at Gavilan College. And then also part-time at Foothill College concurrently, just to make ends meet and to survive and thrive as a career. So those are, in terms of higher education, those are the three main colleges I've taught at. And now I teach full-time at Foothill, which is great. It was awesome.
Nice, man. You pretty much covered all the schools that I was going to bring up. So
I mean, I can do more detail if you want, but those are like a service level. That's where I taught, and where I've been. Yeah.
nice.
Um,
Kind of to switch gears a little bit because I've been kind of just dancing around this because I kind of felt like we were going to spend a good amount of time on this.
oh yeah. Okay.
Man, I need you to tell me about illustrative arts.
Oh yeah. Illustrative Voices for sure.
Yeah.
Illustrative Voices. It's a side project, but it's a definitely passion project of mine. And so again, shout out to Darren for pushing that and letting your crew know about it. But it was a nonprofit art organization that I I found it back in 2020, and it really stemmed from a lot of the social unrest and injustices that are happening, specifically to people of color and their demographic and their populations. There's a huge uptick in police brutality toward the Black community. In 2019, there's some tidbit of like Asian hate that happened due to COVID, and then 2020 it definitely blew up. Um, but then, in regards to the Asian hate that was happening through that, it really wasn't getting the attention and the coverage and the awareness that I thought was that it deserved or earned. Um, and then I was like, oh man, you know what? This is all messed up. And at the same time, while all this is happening, artists everywhere, both locally and nationally, internationally, they're posting artwork that were either inspired by these social inequities and wanting to bring more awareness to it. They were sharing their own experiences with social injustice through their artwork. I was like, oh man, this is all cool. What if there was like some hub or some place where all these artists could come together and share their work together and bring awareness to a specific topic or content? And so one night, kind of like I was like watching the news or streaming the news, and I was like, screw it, man, I'm gonna do something. Because I was tired of just either sharing my artwork or to a small community, and not reaching a larger audience. So I emailed about 50 of my artist friends, and I said, hey, I'm thinking about having this virtual art show because everything was kind of shut down due to COVID. And I would like all of you to share some piece that you feel is important that relates to a social inequity that you've seen in the news or that you've been affected by, or maybe a vision you have of social justice for yourself or for others. And then I got about 20 artists respond back to me saying, hey, that sounds great, sign me up. I'm like, sweet. And so that was in June 2020. And then between June and July, I started collecting the artwork, and then actually put a website together. I went to Wix and bought the domain name Illustrated Voices, and built the website using Wix to for the content, obviously embedding my own graphics and logos and whatnot, and we came up with a mission statement and the focus. And so with Illustrated Voices, we have three components to that. We have the creativity component, which involves both public and private large art projects like murals or on-site stuff. And then we have the art education, which is workshops related to art with the focus of visually expressing social inequity experiences or visions of social justice. And then the third component is the art advocacy. So really using art as a tool to advocate for visual expression, for their own understanding of their own social inequities that they've experienced, or how to better be support other areas of social inequity in or visions of social justice. And then it kind of snowballed into that from there. And then since 2020, we've had about over a dozen art exhibitions that promote and bring awareness to social inequities that of local communities that people have experienced and or their own visions of social justice. And then we had a little more than half a dozen workshops that relate to like drawing. Woodblock printing was the one we just had. We had canvas stretching. We had a workshop about how to use illustration markers, but all with the focus of like, how can you use these art mediums, these art tools to share stories of social inequities or visions of social justice. And so that's the main thing, right? We're not just an art education organization, but we really want to highlight and bring awareness to social justice, really is what it is. Because really nothing really like that, at least to my own research and knowledge, really had that intention. Like, sure, there were art programs and art classes that had some element of social inequities or topics about, protest or activism, but not solely dedicated to activism, I guess. And so that's kind of what we kind of focus on. And so we actually have a current exhibition happening here in the peninsula over in Los Altos called Footprints. And Footprints highlights artists or people's stories of ancestral heritage or their roots, how they've been affected through social inequities or their visions that they have for their family or friends who've been affected by social inequities. So that's we're going to install that next week, actually, on Monday. It's going to be hosted at the Kraus Center of Innovation at Foothill College. They're very great hosts, and they let us use their space for some of our exhibitions before. And it'll be a month-long thing. Um, yeah, that's kind of it in a long-winded nutshell. Hopefully, no one fell asleep.
Aaron, are you still awake?
Yeah.
No, no, dude, that is an awesome, like just everything that you're doing with that. It's bringing awareness to things that, I mean, there's a lot of negative awareness around things like this, but I mean, it's bringing a positive social awareness to issues that are happening within communities of color. So I mean, it's like, you know, it's great that you're putting how time and effort into a program that is literally change the world.
Yeah, that's our intent, right? To change or to bring about change, right? And so to have that conversation, we say this a lot in our organizations that we want to make the uncomfortable comfortable to talk about, right? So a lot of these things people kind of balk at or feel there isn't a space to talk about it, and a lot of these art pieces are very powerful in terms of the content, the subject matter, and visually very compelling. And so this is a way to bring up that conversation and bring more awareness to something, and just hopefully make people more comfortable talking about these social inequities that are experienced and happening. Because it's one thing to talk about it, but now what's the next step? And so part of what we do with Illustrated Voices is that through the donations we get, we also give back to our community. And so we give back by having these workshops, which are free, and then the communities that we outreach to, then they can also take home the art supplies as a means of like providing them the tools, the knowledge, and the tools now to kind of make change and make difference for their own selves, which we think is pretty cool. And then all of our resources, like the workshops we run, like the curriculum and the courses, that's part of our art education component, but it's all free. So we're more than happy to share with other organizations and who want to do something similar with after school programs or with other academies. And so that's our goal, is to really give back and provide a foundation for these topics. Yeah, and then all the people involved in the organization actually are my artist friends that I brought, who I actually invited to be part of the original virtual exhibition back in 2020. And it was kind of like my test, not my test, I don't want to say test, but my feeler, get my feelers out to see who wanted to be involved and who's really passionate about this kind of work.
Yeah, like a litmus test.
Yeah, exactly, man. And so thankfully, they were interested and they wanted to hop on board, which is cool.
Oh man, I think it's a great cause. It's a good place to kind of like put some effort into to help with awareness.
Yeah. And then Darren, one of my biggest proponents, man. Darren has been he's been an artist in 2 of the exhibitions so far. So thank you, Darren, for participating and engaging, man.
Yeah, picture of me and Darren.
There you go. He did not submit that piece. I don't know why, but that's definitely Darren's work, man.
It's a piece of both me and Darren fighting. No, yeah, man. It's I love the idea of it, man. And if you keep me and James informed, we'll definitely, if you can find a day or a time to go in there to support and have support.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So Illustrated Voices is kind of like a virtual organization, and that even though we're based in Palo Alto, we're open to showcasing stories, not just the Bay Area, but of all locations and communities. And so, as much as we love to have you down here, we would be cool to have like an exhibition or a workshop up in your guys' area too. That'd be fun.
We can have it in our living room if you want.
Yeah, hey, there we go. Get some Hawaiian barbecue, get people out, be an event, man. Get some cookout.
We got a smoker now. We're learning.
Oh, nice. Hey, I love smoking. I love a good tri-tip on the grill too.
Oh yeah.
Some dry rub, man. So that's something we can make happen. If not through Illustrated Voices, just in general, have a cookout. That'd be dope.
I'll just go old school style. My uncle, rest in peace, used to do he used to do ground pits for pork. So he
Oh,
would
no way.
make Kahlua pork.
Oh, he make the emu. I'm down for that, man. I haven't had like an emu since out here at least. So that'd be great.
Yeah, dude.
I have a cousin who she lived in Berkeley for a number of years in like this like cul-de-sac, and they used and to I don't know, I think they're still doing them like to this day, but they used to have these things called O parties.
Oh, parties. Okay.
And it was whenever like because everybody was kind of like around the same age and like raising kids and stuff. So whenever somebody turned like 30, 40, 50, like an age that
Oh, gotcha.
they would have like this like cul-de-sac like park,
Huh.
and she would fly out from she moved away from the cul-de-sac or whatever, stayed pretty close with them, but anyway, so she would fly out from Minnesota to go to these O parties, and they would usually do a pig in the ground. What is that called? Is that I'm not that's not what it's called, but like they
Like well, they would dig it. Well, in Hawaiian, it's called imu, where it's
oh, okay, yeah.
oven essentially in the ground, and they would bury it for a certain amount of time, and
Yeah.
they would bring it back up. Yeah,
My uncle would do it for 24 hours,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like he would have a big party for like schedule the party around when he was gonna pull it up, and we can eat the meat.
Yes, yes. I'm down.
Yeah, man. That's what we got to do. Is I've got a big enough backyard. I can go dig a hole.
I mean, we have enough dirt back there right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, that's Illustrated Voices. That's kind of how it came about, and it's been going for 2 years now. Next year, we plan to pivot our focus a little bit and focus more on like larger community projects and mural making to really tell narratives of social inequities of local communities in these communities' visions of social justice, and also bring in more workshops. So that's kind of coming down the pipeline as a change and what we want to do and pursue. But still going strong though. Very happy.
Would projects like that be like mostly local around Palo Alto, or where would you guys be planning on doing something?
So local within the Bay Area. So really up and down the peninsula. And then we're totally open to working with other communities outside of our demographic, like Sacramento or Stockton, or even down south. If it gets to that point and we have connections down there, we'd love to just bring in more visual art everywhere. Because mural making itself is such a powerful form of activism and protest, really.
Oh yeah.
People would take these.
I was gonna say throwing up burners. Like I'm from the Mission originally, right?
Yeah, I mean that's
covered
huge.
That kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. And so that's like the mindset we have is being visually expressive and providing the safe space for artists, or really, I say the word artist, but it's for anybody who feels they want to express themselves. That's what Illustrative Voices is about. It's really providing a space for people to share their experiences in a visual platform and in a visual way. And so while we definitely promote and welcome artists who are experienced in painting, drawing, ceramics, poetry, we also encourage and welcome people who are new to art or who may not otherwise identify as being an artist, which is huge because that's what we want to kind of break down that expectation.
In the community.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, very cool.
Oh. Jacob just hit his head.
Oh,
So he's okay. Mommy's got it. Mom's on duty. She's got it.
okay. So man, tell me about the Sanctuary series.
Oh, Sanctuary. It's not my story. That doesn't mean I don't know it well. But so Sanctuary is written by my friend Stephen Coughlin, who now works for Bad Kid Press in Boston. He and his family relocated to the East Coast. He now works as an in-house artist for Bad Kid Press. But Sanctuary itself is his baby. He's the writer illustrator for that, and it's about an animal sanctuary where a murder has taken place. And so now both the scientists are conducting an investigation as well as the animals are conducting their own investigation. And they realize that the sanctuary is not all that it seems, and it's not very much, it's not really a sanctuary. That's the kind of elevator pitch of it. It's a great novel. Steven he's a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan, and so there's a lot of twists and turns to it, misdirection, and it was fun to be the colorist for it, which was my role, and so I would get the pages and just digitally color them in grayscale. There wasn't any actual coloring. Um, yeah. And so you can buy it on Amazon actually. If anyone's interested, just look for Sanctuary and then Stephen Coughlin. And there's several versions. There's a trade paperback and there's a hardbound paperback available. But yeah, it's good.
You said it's called Pet
No, it's called Sanctuary.
Okay.
Stephen with a PH, and Coughlin is his last name. It was cool because I would see it in the local comic shops down here in the Bay Area, like Lee's Comics in Mountain View. Before it shut down, they would have the book, and like, oh, there's the book, and there's my name. And like it was kind of it's like my only real Hollywood moment. But it was fun to have nonetheless.
I was gonna say that's a badass feeling to have though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, oh, this is a book that I work on, you know.
Yeah, and so I definitely share my experiences of being a colorist with my cartoon and comic illustration class that I teach at Foothill, and definitely going through that process with Sanctuary helped me learn how to write or the formula in terms of the structure, how to write graphic novels, and I kind of organized it that way, which is how I got started with writing my own graphic novels. So it's cool. It's fun.
Do you currently have any graphic novel projects that you're working on?
Just,
Talk about at least.
Yeah, so like Geode Saga is the one I was mentioning earlier, and then the one in progress now is the food truck novel, graphic novel, and then coincidentally enough, where I work at Foothill, we have a whole reading. It's called the Reading Community Project, and so for them, I'll be talking about graphic novels, specifically my own Geode Saga, and sharing artwork and pages and scripts from that series, and so. This is fun though, for sure. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Let's see if we got any more questions in here.
In the chat?
Yeah, doesn't look like we have anything new.
It's just Darren talking about barbecue and free food. Cocktails.
Oh man.
He's excited about his foods, man.
He is. You know, because funny enough, we had in the summer we have our annual. It's called Think Out Loud exhibition, where it's a general exhibition for people to share their stories of social inequities with no specific topic, like for like ancestral heritage or roots, for example. But they just share anything that they feel is necessary to be heard. And then I told Darren, hey, man, we're having free food and it's gonna be catered, and that's all he would plaster. He's like, hey, free food, come free food. I'm like, Darren. It's not a full buffet, man. It's just like light appetizers and drinks, dude. Like, pump the brakes a little bit, Darren. I love you, Darren.
He said I'm a starving artist.
Man, you ain't starving. I seen you, buddy. I seen you, Darren. But yeah,
it's just after 7. Do we have a bracket or no?
We still have to finish the other one, I think.
Oh, okay. Well,
and then I do have one. Have we done? I found a Halloween candy bracket.
Oh, we definitely are going to do that. We haven't done. I think we did one a while back, but that doesn't matter. We're going to do that one.
Okay.
So Jordan, I don't know if you've actually watched the show in the past, but we normally do in the second hour we start doing a bracket.
All right. Yeah, you give me a heads up. Yeah.
And yeah, so we have to finish our best 80s song bracket, our best 80s party song bracket.
Best 80s party song bracket. If anybody wants to know, I am drinking a Vampire's Kiss from last night.
Oh.
We did a Halloween special.
I saw it, and I tried to watch that. Actually, I didn't get a chance to watch it.
It'll be on the internet forever. Don't worry.
Yeah.
The first part of it is is a little rough because we were kind of figuring out the edges, but it's something that I would come across and just have on the background when I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
Um, okay.
Yeah, she's drinking a vampire's kiss, which was easily our favorite drink of the night.
And what's in a vampire's kiss? What does that entail?
It has so it's vodka, chambord,
Chamois.
chambois. I can't pronounce it.
Okay.
It looks like a little round.
It's French.
It looks like
Okay.
it looks like a little round bottle, but it's so it's vodka,
Chamois.
chambois. It's a black raspberry like liqueur.
Okay.
So it's like
Yeah.
it has like a black raspberry like flavor to it.
Mm.
And then
Very tasty.
grenadine, lemon, and I'm missing one. Cranberry juice.
Cranberry juice.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like a crime scene.
Yeah.
Supposed to. It's supposed to be.
Blood.
Supposed to be
It's
blood.
all messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's pretty. I really like the raspberry in it. That's I was like, I was gonna make an autumn fizz.
Uh-huh.
That was another one that we did last night. I was gonna make that because that one we have like a whole thing of apple cider in the refrigerator that we have to use on something. So I was gonna make that, but then I was kind of craving this, so that's why I made
Okay.
that. Okay.
Nice.
And then I have my it's a bunch of Hocus Pocus shirt on.
Oh, you are wearing.
Oh,
Focus
we
on-
just we watched a Hocus Pocus 2 yesterday or over the weekend.
Yeah, we
Okay, I
still-
won't say anything. I won't say anything.
I really want to watch it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So
Yeah, we're gonna watch it. When we did this Halloween special last night, I was like a maniac trying to finish up books
Uh-huh.
before we did the special so that I could talk about the book.
Yeah.
So we haven't really like had much time to like sit down and watch a movie because I'm like, I gotta read this stupid book. And then on top of that, I also am like an amateur like writer, and I'm working on my own like kind of like book.
Awesome. Is it a book or is it a graphic novel book?
No, I'm not an artist. I'm a semi-homemade kind of gal.
That's okay. That's okay.
it's going to be a book.
Okay. All right.
I would say it's probably gonna end up being like an anthology because I don't
Nice.
have the focus to do like a novel, and I'm not the greatest. When I say I'm not the greatest writer, I'm not like grammarly like inclined.
Uh-huh.
And
That's what we have editors for.
and I write the way that I talk. But one of the things that really has helped me with that is I will write something and then I copy and paste it into Google Translate and have Google Translate read it back to me.
Okay.
And that has helped me catch a lot of
Oh,
things
that's a good technique.
on my own. Yeah.
It's actually a really smart thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, so enough of that.
Oh, before we jump into
Oh,
the next
yes.
thing, I'm just saying Darren
Oh,
said
Darren. Uh-huh.
he said he wants a copy of Sanctuary and he wants it signed by the professor.
Okay. All right, man.
So, and just you are more than welcome to stick around for the bracket, but if you got to go and help out with kids and stuff like that, we totally understand.
Okay. Okay.
But if
Yeah,
you,
I'm not.
if you want to stick around, you're more than welcome to.
I'll stick around for as long as I can. How about that? And then you tell me how the flow is because I'm totally flexible too. So
Yeah, no.
yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm
Okay.
game.
All right. So,
Yeah. Let's get this in then.
so with the bracket, right now we are just finishing up the best 80s party song. And so the ones that went on to the next round are Sweet Child of Mine, Wake Me Up Before You Go,
Okay.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun beat Michael Jackson.
Wow.
I don't know how.
Oh, which Michael already like? I
Billie
guess it's Michael Jackson. Yeah. Billie Jean. Oh.
like,
Did we do that already?
yeah, it
We
was.
did?
Yeah, it
What
was.
about PYT? I mean, come on, PYT.
It wasn't because this was a pre-made list for us. So.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay. All right.
Are you sure we did that? Oh, because it's on the second page. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so Sweet Child of Mine versus Wake Me Up Before You Go. I didn't realize I was on the next page. Okay, sorry, let me go back. So the ones that made it to the second round were Sweet Child of Mine, Wake Me Up Before You Go, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, That beat Billie Jean, and then take on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
On me.
I actually
Yeah,
think that's where we're at right now. It was a tie. We ended on a tie. Oh my gosh, he could be our tiebreaker.
There we go. All right, so
Okay.
let's redo it from scratch, at least for this vote.
Okay. Well, yeah. So no, he's just gonna be our tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So we have "Take on Me" versus "Africa" by Toto.
Oh man. Oh.
Where it gets hard is like,
Those are good. Those are like karaoke good ones and just bar songs. So oh man.
So this would be best '80s party song.
Yeah.
Party song. Okay. Toto. So right now it's Toto versus Take on Me.
Take on Me, yeah.
Oh man.
And a tie last week.
Okay. So being the artist here, I'm gonna go with "Take on Me" though, because that was such a great music video.
Oh yeah, video. That if you're an artist, that totally speaks to you,
right? So I'm going to "Take on Me."
Okay. Hey nerds, I'm here for the bracket. Yeah, me too, Tyler. That's the only thing I'm here for. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call that one with "Take on Me" wins that one with the tiebreaker with our guest. And then next up we have oh, come on, Eileen.
Come on. Oh God, the amount of terrible jokes that came out of that last week.
I bet. I can only imagine.
Oh my God,
You did what to Eileen?
Yeah.
It was bad. It was not.
It was really bad.
It was not PG.
Well, hey, I mean, what do you expect? How can it not? I mean, I'd be disappointed if it didn't. I agree.
So we have "Come On Eileen" versus
whatever you do, clean it up when you're done.
down
tissues.
Versus "Down Under." So I come from the land down under.
Yeah, that could have its own jokes too, but I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what I've tried to sing that song in karaoke. It's not easy for me. I can't do it at all. I can't do it justice.
Men at Work is a great group.
Yeah.
Do
you come from a land down under?
Where the something and
where women swoon and men thunder.
Yeah, I don't know the words of that song. Okay, so in the chat, everybody. Okay, so my mom already voted for "Down Under" as best party song. Philippe, what's yours?
What was it again? It was Men at Work versus who?
Really quick before I super embarrass myself, I'm gonna be completely honest. I see your screen name, but I don't know your real what are you going by?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, my real name is Jordan.
Jordan. Okay.
Jordan Fong. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay, don't worry. You can call me the Monkey Boy. I was going with Phil's young Phil. I was going something fun.
I didn't want to say because it might have sounded bad coming from me. So I was like, let me make sure I know what he wants to be called.
It's like the white lady calling an Asian man. This is not good.
Talking about dynamics of power, right? We're just in education. We're all good. That's all good.
I can't remember which bracket it was, but we were doing a bracket with somebody one time, and I swore their name was something else, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't say it. And then when we got off the bracket, I went, "What was that guy's name?" And they go, "Whatever." And I said, "Okay, good," because that's not what I thought his name was. Okay, so Jordan, got it. Okay, so between come on Eileen and Down Under.
What on Eileen?
What is your vote?
I'll go with Down Under.
Down Under. Yeah. Okay. What's my vote?
I actually am probably gonna go with Down Under. I love Come On Eileen.
I'm gonna vote.
Hey, they're both great songs, but yeah.
Okay, Darren, that's not. Girls Just Want to Have Fun is not in the running yet.
Pay attention, Darren.
But he's saying it's a fun song. Is what he's saying.
It is a fun song.
He's on YouTube, and YouTube is usually a little bit behind.
That's right. I forget about that. Okay, anybody else in the chat? Come On Eileen versus Down Under. Going once, going twice. Sold for Down Under.
All right, so someone go ahead and clean up Eileen.
Clean up Eileen.
Clean up Eileen.
Okay. All right, so we are going to down. We're gonna narrow it down to the final two. So it is gonna be "Sweet Child of Mine" versus "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
Girls Just Want to Have Fun or Sweet Child of Mine.
I got my vote in.
See, I feel like I love Sweet Child of Mine, right? But I
Okay.
feel like that song, if we're looking for party song, it's a little bit too laid back, even if it is a
rock song?
Guns and Roses song, because
Mhm.
it's more ballady than it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's other Guns N' Roses songs that are way harder and way more party songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, I don't feel like it's really much of a party song by comparison to Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I mean, I'd rather it have been Billie Jean.
Billie Jean is
Not my love.
Yeah.
She's just the girl who claims that I am the one.
okay. What is your vote for?
but the kid is not my
What are you voting?
son.
What are you voting for?
I'm gonna go for. I actually think I'm gonna go for Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
All right.
Is that what you're going for?
That's what I went for.
Really?
Yeah. What about you, Jordan?
I'll go for Sweet Child of Mine.
All right. All right. Let's see.
I'll be the outlier.
Oh man, Darren's day late and a dollar short on his YouTube.
What do you say?
He said he voted for Down Under. So now we approximately know how delayed it is.
It's an
I know.
song
Oh,
behind.
he just switched. He just switched to Twitch.
Yeah,
Or
Twitch is
he's
usually
on
a lot
both
faster.
at the same time.
Or
Okay.
He might be on both. That's actually a possibility.
So far, Girls Want to Have Fun is winning this.
Yeah, it looks like. I think.
Oh, girls just want to have. That's all they really want.
All right. Any more in the chat? Sweet Child of Mine versus Girls Just Want to Have Fun for the best 80s party song.
Fun fact for all my wrestling fans: Girls Just Want to Have Fun was involved with the first ever WrestleMania.
You mean Cyndi Lauper?
Cyndi Lauper, well, not just Cyndi Lauper, but that song and that music
Oh.
video. Because
Oh wow.
who was it that was? Her dad was played by a wrestler.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and call this one with Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh, girls just want to have.
And then we have, next up, we have Take On Me versus Down Under from the left.
Oh.
Oh,
I already have my vote.
Dang. Dang.
that's actually that is not an easy one at all.
How so?
Because they're both pretty good party songs.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll just stick with the artist theme though and go with Take On Me. I'll just throw that out there.
You're gonna stick with Take On Me.
I'll stick with Take On Me. I feel okay because I voted both for Down Under and Take On Me at some point. So
Yeah,
It was, as Tyler said, it was Captain Lou, Phil.
that's who it was, Captain Lou.
What's that? What's Captain Lou?
He was a wrestler.
Oh, okay.
He's the wrestler that played Cyndi Lauper's dad in the Take On Me video. I'm sorry, in the Girls Just Want to Have Fun video.
Got it. Whoops. What am I doing?
Shit.
Okay. Jordan, what did you? Oh, Jordan voted.
Yeah, he said Take On Me.
Take On Me. Okay.
What are you voting for, Jack?
Down Under.
Down Under. See, that's kind of where I'm leaning. I'm kind of leaning on Down Under, but Take On Me is a pretty great song.
Well, you're gonna have to make a decision.
they're both great. You can't go wrong.
Why is there an Autumn Fizz ticker in here? Is it from last night?
It's probably from last night.
Oh, I was like, what do you got that in here for tonight?
I'm gonna go with Down Under.
All right.
I come from a land down under.
All right. So Land Down Under won that one.
Yay!
Oh, and Tyler, Jim also voted Down Under. Okay, so we are down to the we're down to the final two.
Okay.
Girls Just Want to Have Fun versus Down Under.
Ah, shit.
Oh, that's a
See,
good
this is
good
where it's
matchup.
hard. And I mean, this is good that it gets hard at this point because they're all like, these are all good
I'm
songs.
glad I leaned
Yeah.
the party then.
Yeah, because it would have been really hard
Whoa,
to
Darren.
come on Eileen.
Billie Jean is not a contender in this match.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. You should have voted last week when they got voted off.
It was a Padme.
It was a Padme. That
Padme.
okay. So fun fact: whenever you hear me say it's a Padme, is
Mhm.
because early on in the run of this show, we did a best Star Wars character,
Okay.
and we had like a good 15 people in chat, and for some reason, they decided the best thing to do was vote Padme Amidala over Darth Maul as best.
Oh wow. Just
It's like I like it, that's cool and whatnot, right?
yeah. Okay.
Amidala had almost zero character development in comparison to Darth Maul in the entire series.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like as best character, like Darth Maul is considered one of the best characters in Star Wars at this point.
Okay, so far I have 4 for Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Cyndi Lauper is taking it from behind. Oh shit!
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say that. Well, I didn't mean it that way.
Oh,
I didn't mean it that way.
Are you sure? Final answer?
I was trying to say, like, it's like a
Oh no, they're coming from behind. Is that what you meant to say?
yeah.
yeah. She's like
Coming from behind. Yeah.
she's like winning coming from behind. God,
Okay.
You're
all sounds
making
fucking
it worse.
terrible, yeah.
You're making it worse.
all right.
All right,
My
Jordan.
plan was to get canceled today, so there we go.
So Jordan, I need to log it in the distance nerding.
Totally. I'm gonna go with Down Under. Oh no, yeah, Down Under, right? That was the other one.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
wrote under?
Yeah, I'll go for Down Under. Yeah.
All right.
I'm probably going for Down Under too.
Okay. I like it, Picasso.
Okay, I like it, Picasso.
All right, so we have 2 for Down Under and 5
Oh.
for Girls Just Want to Have
Ouch.
Fun. Okay. Bill is digging a hole again. Yeah, he is. It's not, and it's not even in the front yard.
Ah!
We do have a hole in our front
Oh,
yard.
do you? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what's that noise? What the hell was that noise?
Don't know.
I think that was me. That might have been me. Okay. Oh no, I think it's the bag. It was the bag. Okay. I'm gonna go. Oh, Darren. Darren Chibi voted Down Under, but I don't think that it is enough. Save it. So go ahead and hearing none, seeing none. Go ahead and say that girls, they want to have fun.
John C.
That's the only one I can reach. So Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi freaking Lauper
By Cyndi freaking Lauper
is the best 80s party song.
Cyndi freaking Lauper.
Is anybody surprised that Girls Just Want to Have Fun is the best 80s party song?
I'm actually not surprised.
I'm not surprised either. I'm not surprised at all.
I'm not
Not
surprised that
surprised.
Cyndi Lauper won that.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, wanna have. That's all I really want.
Okay, Philippe.
Don't judge me.
I judge. I'm allowed to do that.
What, because you made the worst mistake of your life and married me.
There's nothing you can do about it. Okay, so it is now entered into the official distance nerding record. This is going to be at Antiques Roadshow one day.
Yes.
Not all of them, a lot of the brackets are in this book.
It's
This is-
part of our lexicon at this
It
point.
is the official distance nerding record book. All right. Let's see. Just in time for Halloween, Phil, what do you want on your tombstone and not pepperoni and cheese?
That's a good one. I'll give him that. That's a good one.
I think that's the funniest thing you've ever said, Tyler.
Now she's diminishing you in general, right there. It's like that's the
No.
funniest thing you've ever said.
No, I say that to my mom all the time. She'll say something that's funny because most of the time she doesn't say very intelligent things, but
Mind you, this is her talking about her own mother. Okay.
Right.
and anyways, so she'll say something that's funny. I go, huh, that's the funniest thing you've ever said. Okay. Okay. It's okay. My dad used to say I was smart for a girl, so I mean,
No.
Yeah, you're pretty smart for a girl.
he go, yeah, you're pretty smart for a girl. Anyway, okay. So the next bracket that we're gonna get started, there's like this ginormous one. Let me open it up. Let me see if I can, but I can't find it. Okay, let's see. Is it? It keeps taking me to the Facebook, but I can't.
But
Okay,
it's
what
not
about
actually
this one?
taking you to the.
Okay, I mean, do we want to do a big one?
We can.
We haven't done a big one in a long time. So the big ones, obviously, we're not going to finish, but we'll just do it until the 8 o'clock hour.
Yep.
Okay. This one is hashtag bet. Do we want to do best or worst Halloween candy? Best.
That's you know what I'm gonna let the guest choose that one. What do you think we should do?
Ooh.
Should we do the best Halloween candy, or should we flip it on its end and say what the worst Halloween candy
I
is?
think let's flip it. I'm curious to hear the worst. The worst.
So the way that would go is like the first. Okay, so like this one, this is like taking candy from a baby. Um, the first one would be like an easy example of how we could flip it that way. So the first ones that are up are candy corn versus dots. Like you would pick the worst one out of those.
Right. Totally. Yeah.
I already have an answer for that.
Me too.
Okay, so we're gonna do. We
I
want to.
think you all know where this is gonna win. This would be a quick one. I don't know. I feel like this would be a quick bracket.
I call, and I don't even
It's
know what
not-
candy is on this.
It's pretty big. It's a pretty big back.
But I mean, like, I don't even know what candy's on this, but I call that candy corn wins the entire thing.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna double down with Phil on that one.
Between that and circus peanuts.
I gotta add it into the record.
Okay.
Candy corn.
Like either that or circus peanuts, because circus peanuts are just as bad. Check this out, guys. So the front of it's already there, and it's got a question mark,
Nice.
and the whole thing's gonna pop open. Right now, mind you, because it's the N64 box, it's gonna have 3 different worlds in it. It's got like the ice world, the main castle, and I think like the cactus world, and then
Oh, cool. Okay.
it opens up and Bowser comes out.
Well,
Oh, nice. That's like it's a mini diorama and on the.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. That's
well, like
cool.
when I first saw it, I was like, so it's just the question box.
That's what I thought too. Then.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And then I saw that's actually involved in it, and I'm like, this thing is badass. I can't wait to buy it.
and then
Yeah.
I let him buy it.
And then she let me.
Yeah. My wife is the same way. She says the same thing about.
Actually let him buy 3 that day. I think.
Yes, she did.
I think he thought I was on drugs or something.
I know. I was like, you're gonna let me buy 3 kits, and she was like, yeah, you get the ones that you're not normally able to find.
Yeah, my kind of rule is like, make yourself a budget, and if there's something that you really want, really honestly, he can do whatever he wants. He's a grown man. He doesn't.
Right. Of course.
But if I want to be successful, I'll listen to my wife.
No,
There
it's
you go.
not that. He uses me as kind of like a voice of reason. He can either accept or deny and do whatever he wants to say. But no, so like that particular day, he was going around the store going, oh wow, like they haven't had this in a long time. And I felt bad, like if we left the store that he may never get them, especially because he was so excited that they were in stock. And I was just I was like, this is my suggestion. You pay for them, you divide that by 3 months, and then you pay cash. You don't put it on your card, you pay cash for them. But you pay yourself back that money in the 3 months that you would have paid off, that you would have been paying on a credit card. You pay yourself back that money.
Okay.
So that I'm all about like paying yourself back. I drive everybody crazy with my budget advice.
Hear that? I'm following you.
Like things that like you would like. I usually put things on my credit card and I pay it off right away. But then with big purchases, I'll say like, okay, I spent $120 on this like fun thing. It could be whatever fun thing it is, and then I take that and I divide it by 3 months, 6 months, or whatever. And then I just every month I pay myself back that with my fun with a portion of like my fun money that I like
Mhm.
go and like do stuff on. Just kind of helps me live within my means. But
Oh, totally, totally. I made up this rule, like just made it up with when we got my wife and I got married. Is that any purchase over $100, honey, I will run by you.
I have Philippe's credit
I
card.
haven't stuck with that rule. I'll just say that much. But that was a good springboard for building trust in our relationship.
Yeah, she has control of my credit card.
I don't have
completely.
I have possession of it
Possession.
because he'll use it and then he won't pay it off right away and he'll like accrue the interest.
Mm-hmm.
So now like when he goes on trips and stuff, I'll let him take his credit card because if you never know, like when you're on a trip when you have to you need to have a credit card.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him when he goes to on like trips and stuff. But yeah, it's like he better have cash to pay for whatever he wants to pay for because he ain't got his credit card in it. So anyway, okay. So we're gonna move on to the bracket. So we're gonna do so your choice is to do the worst candy.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
do it with that.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's see how that goes.
All right. We're gonna do worst Halloween candy.
Like I said, I call by the end of this, which won't be for like maybe another 2 weeks, but I mean, like, I call by the end of this, either candy corn or what are they? Circus peanuts.
I don't even know if circus peanuts is on.
They're
here.
the okay.
They're like styrofoam little things.
Yeah, they're like orange styrofoam.
Yeah. Like packaging material, packaging styrofoam.
Well, I don't know what this is, so we can switch it out. Oh, crack! I thought it said cracky. It's crackle. I thought it said cracky. I don't know what cracky is.
Crackle.
I know what crackle. I know what crackle is.
No, I was gonna make a joke.
Oh.
I was gonna say it is the poor man's crunch.
Pretty much.
Oh, that's gross.
Okay. All right. Let's do this, guys and gals. We're gonna do worst Halloween candy. First up, we have candy corn versus dots. I personally love dots.
Me too. So I'm going with candy corn. Oh, I'll wait my turn.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. You can.
I
yell
also
it out.
love dots. So candy corn is definitely moving on this list.
Okay. Oh well, I totally wasn't paying attention to that. Okay. Oh, really? Antiques Roadshow must be a treasure. Super Mario. LOL. Oh, it is a treasure. I love Antiques Roadshow.
Okay.
I love it.
That is one of Jackie's favorites.
Is it?
Yeah,
yeah, she loves her some
I like
Antiques
old
Roadshow.
crap.
Yeah.
I mean, I like candy corn, just not as much as dots.
No, I don't like candy corn.
Oh, I threw in an extra vote. My bad. So right now, the three of us and two people in the
In the chat. Yeah, Tyler says candy corn. Julie says candy corn. Darren, what's the worst candy, man? Come on.
going once, going twice.
And when I ask him what's the worst candy, he's gonna like say what candy he doesn't like. And
Yeah. Of course.
Going twice. We're gonna go ahead and say sold for candy corn. This is kind of counterintuitive because it lost, but
it won.
it won.
Yeah. So really, is it a winner?
Okay. Next up we have Twizzlers versus Airheads.
Twizzlers.
Oh.
Twizzlers.
Yeah.
I hate Twizzlers.
Really? Do you like red vines or just Twizzlers or like the red licorice in general?
I'm a red vine guy,
He
man.
will
Okay.
He will eat a whole tub of red vines in one.
Oh, yeah. Well, because they're so light and airy, you don't really know you're eating them. Kind of for being a candy. So I can see that. I can see that.
I would have to. My vote is also going to be for Twizzler.
Fun fact: in the South, they only have Twizzlers. They don't have red vines down there. And Twizzlers taste like chemicals to me.
They're very chewy, very interesting. Yeah, for sure. I'll go Twizzlers though too. Yeah, I like Airheads.
The Twizzlers that I like are the cherry and the lemon ones.
Oh, like the sour ones? Are they sour?
Yeah, I think they're sour, and they're kind of almost like Nerds Rope almost.
Oh yeah, okay.
I haven't had the lemon ones, but I have had the cherry one. The cherry one's actually okay.
I think they usually come in like a mix pack.
Yeah, the strawberry terrible. The strawberry one just tastes like generic crap.
Okay. Off-brand crap is what you're saying. What and what? Oh, Twizzlers versus Airheads. Twizzlers versus Airheads.
I like how Tyler didn't spell Twisters right.
It's hard.
Twistlers.
I mean, I got the gist of it. Oh, candy, yes.
Darren's cracking me up right now. Well, actually,
What candy is the worst? He goes, candy.
hey, how did you all get meet Darren? Actually, I didn't know that.
We also met Darren at a con.
Oh, okay, right on.
Really quick, Mom. So we're doing worst Halloween candy. So it's between Twizzlers and Airheads, which is the worst. I don't know how anybody would vote against Airheads. That's why I'm like, she must not understand the assignment.
Again, Airheads are delicious.
She is an Airhead. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I love it. I love it. I gained the vibe of the show already. It's great. It's the first time hearing. I love it.
She can only do it because that's her
Wait,
mother. That is her mother.
Can you reach?
Okay.
Can you reach the flying goat?
Oh yes. I went too far. Mistakes were made.
That one is made especially for my mom.
Oh really?
She said her mom's a fainting goat.
Well, because one time I was at her, so my mom is elderly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was at her house one day and she got up to oh no, ow.
Yeah, you okay, sweetie? Come here. Come here.
We don't like owies.
Oh,
You want to say hi? This is my daughter, Joelle.
Hi.
Joelle.
Okay, say hi.
Oh. Hi.
How old are you?
3.
Yeah, you are 3.
Wow. 3.
Oh, okay.
That was that.
It's my flag.
That doesn't go on there.
I know. I just put it there for tonight
What?
so they can see it.
I mean, if it makes her feel any better, there we go.
Wow, look at that.
What?
Is that the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You
the
like that one.
same.
Can you say thank you, Phil?
Thank you,
You are very welcome.
Phil. Now I see.
Now you see him?
Then I'm kind of hungry.
Okay. Well, we didn't feed you dinner.
must
This
be
night, you don't get dinner tonight. Remember, this is Thursday. Thursdays we don't feed you.
Then can I have
I'm just kidding. We feed her every day. But...
The best part, if you look back in the chat, Darren is just now saying candy.
Okay. Bye, kisses. Okay, go see mama.
Darren just now voted for candy corn.
All right. So I'm gonna say that my mom really did vote for Airheads, but I'm gonna say Twizzlers is gonna win this one.
because Twizzlers are terrible.
Twizzlers going once, Twizzlers going twice. Sold for Twizzlers.
They've been twizzled.
Darren said he doesn't know. He doesn't like them both.
What?
Yeah, I like Airheads.
He said he likes them both.
Oh, he likes them. He said, I don't know. I like them.
Okay.
Okay. Next up we have Tootsie Rolls versus Hot Tamales.
Tootsie Roll.
Whoa.
Eat that Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, I'll go for Tootsie Rolls.
Between hot tamales and Tootsie Rolls.
You don't like Tootsie Rolls?
I do, but I like hot tamales more. I'm going for what do I like more? What do I like less? In some cases, I don't like any of them, but in this case, I like Tootsie Rolls less.
I think I'm gonna go hot tamales on this.
Wait,
one.
hold on. Okay, you're voting
Against hot tamales.
against Hot Tamales.
Yeah.
So you want them? You're saying? Wait, hold on. Okay,
Yeah,
now
so I want hot tamales to move on to the next round.
Okay, wait. You want? Okay, so you're saying Hot Tamales is the worst of the two. Okay,
I'm saying I like Tootsie Rolls better.
got it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I see.
You're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, I was confused for a minute. Okay, what about so I don't know why it's confusing me on this one. So Jordan, you're saying that
That's the Tootsie Rolls, yeah.
you're voting for Tootsie Rolls. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay. It took me a minute to figure that out for some reason. Okay. Tyler is voting hot tamales as the worst. My mom voting hot tamales as the worst. Yeah, I called you an old goat. Anyways, when I was at her house, she opened up. Anyways, long story short, my mom like she kind of fainted and fell. But when she fell, she was like, her body was like stiff when she fell.
Oh.
And if you look up like the gifs of like fainting goats, that's what she looked like.
Oh.
And then the following weekend, we took her to San Francisco and we went down. Anyway, yeah, so we took her to San Francisco and like Philippe was pushing her in the wheelchair that we have for her, and he almost launched her across Palm Street.
Oh man.
It was not on purpose. I did not mean to try and shoot my mother-in-law across the street.
Okay.
But contrary to how other people are, I actually like my mother-in-law.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Okay. And then okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and call this one with hot tamales. Moving on to the next round.
Tamales.
Hot tamales caliente.
Tamale caliente.
All right.
¿Quieres tamale caliente? Te tenemos caliente.
Okay.
Bueno de sabor con todo, okay?
Cállate, cabrón. Okay. And next up, we have Starburst versus Gummy Bears. This one's going to be hard because
it is.
Yeah, I like both of those.
Yeah, same.
Very delicious. So
I just bought some sour gummy bears actually.
Ooh.
In the store the other day.
God, Starburst versus Gummy Bears. That's really hard.
Yeah, that's not fair, really.
It's not.
I'm going to say for me, between the two, I'm going to say my vote is for Gummy Bears. That I would rather have a Starburst than a Gummy Bear.
Right. Okay.
So again,
God, this is like a final round candy.
Yeah.
Again, we are doing worst Halloween candy. So between Starburst and Gummy Bears, which one is worse? Which one would you decline if you were offered these two candies?
Well, I know I'd rather watch Gummy Bears than Starburst.
There you go. Tell me gummy.
I was hoping you would get that reference,
Yeah.
especially being like an old school animation guy. He's like,
Yeah.
he'll know the Gummy Bears.
I'm
I'm probably gonna go with Gummy Bears as my vote off the island one.
Yeah, same.
Because I like Starburst a lot. So
yeah. Darren's voting Twizzler. Okay. He's on Twitch too.
I don't know how he's so far behind.
All right. Anybody else in the chat? Okay. Now he's catching up slowly. Roll versus hot tamale.
Tootsie Roll.
Okay. Anybody else in the chat? Tyler just popped up with Gummy Bears. Okay. Gummy Bears is taking the cake on this one. Moving on to the next round. Gummy Bears. Hearing none, seeing none. Gummy Bears moves on to the next round.
Yeah. Burr, 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 burr.
Okay.
I still haven't put that on the soundboard.
I know. Next up, we have Smarties versus Lifesavers.
So I'm going to tell you number one right now, right away. I hate Smarties. So
You
Smarties.
do?
Oh, I hate
Oh,
Smarties.
really?
It tastes like chalky shit. No, we're gonna.
Well, Smarties the one that are covered in licorice, or like they're licorice covered in. No, Smarties are tart, right?
Smarties are like sweet tarts, but
Okay,
sweet tarts are better.
Yep.
Not.
Not okay.
I take that back. Chewy sweet tarts are better.
Yeah, I was gonna say chewy sweet tarts are pretty tasty, The other sweet, they're kind of chalky. The other sweet tarts, if I
Like,
remember.
yeah, and Smarties are basically like it's the fruit flavored chalk. Yeah, no, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I like Smarties, but probably not as much as I would enjoy a life.
Yeah, I like Lifesavers more too.
Yeah, I definitely like Lifesavers a lot more.
So your vote is for Smarties. Then.
My
My
vote-
vote is for Smarties. Yeah, but yeah.
Smarties are not so smarty,
I think we are in consensus with that.
but not for the same reasons.
No.
Because you actually like Smarties. I don't like Smarties at all.
Okay. Anybody else in the chat? Worst Halloween candy, Smarties versus Lifesavers. Which one is the worst of the two? Going once, going twice. Sold for Smarties.
Good, because Smarties suck.
I like to blow through the bracket.
Yeah. I is this fast? I have no idea. This is
Well, the way that they used to do it, because there was a bunch of nerds in the room. No, the way that Philippe likes to yell extremely loud. Thank God our neighbor is in the chat.
But see, when I yell loud, I try to go off mic. So
Yeah, still so loud. Anyway, so when they because different people would do the bracket. It wasn't just like one person, like different people would do the bracket, but they would go off on these tangents. And then they would have to like figure out where they were at in the bracket, what day it was, what time it was, what planet they were on.
I mean, that's the truth.
Yeah, I like they would just like let it ride out, and I'm like, hearing none, seeing none. We're choosing this one right here. I don't care if it's only just you, me, and nobody else.
I mean, we would try and like give people a chance to be able to vote.
Give peace a
give them
chance.
time, right? Totally.
'Cause
Process.
we can always redo them at a later date. It's not like once we do a bracket, it's just gone forever. Okay. So let's see. We have about 13 more minutes. Is there any new business, pressing business, old business that we need to talk about? Cons.
I mean, we do have a con
Wait,
this Saturday.
Oh, nice.
is that
so
Anna Medford?
Anna Medford. So we're gonna be out in Grants Pass, Oregon.
Yeah.
And we're doing Anna Medford. We're gonna be interviewing a couple of different voice artists. I'm actually really excited because you're an animation guy, so you're gonna probably recognize at least two of these names that I'm gonna bring up here. Are you familiar with Greg Delisle?
Greg Delisle. Oh,
Gray Delisle.
Greg Delisle. I wish I knew the name.
You're probably familiar with like 90% of the characters that she's played.
I must be. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, did you ever watch Danny Phantom?
Yeah,
She
totally. Nickelodeon.
Yeah, she plays Sam.
Okay. Oh, awesome.
And I brought up, I was like, yeah, no, my high school obsession with goth girls partially was because of Sam.
What?
Sam from Danny Phantom.
She had like a ponytail and a little.
No, I
Yeah.
just you're obsessed
Oh.
with goth girls.
That's my high school obsession with goth girls.
Okay.
And then
Bad habits die hard.
because my wife is not a goth girl at all.
I mean, I'm pretty emo.
Yeah, but not
I cry a lot.
there's that. And then Vicky from
Fairly Odd Parents?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And then she plays Mandy on Billy and Mandy.
Oh, yeah. I hear the voice for sure.
Yeah. She also is the new voice of Daphne Blake for Scooby-Doo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, she
Nice, man.
Great Delisle plays a lot of. She plays Azula in
Oh yeah. Okay. Totally. Yeah.
Last Airbender. And then we're actually doing a dual interview. So with Grey Delisle, and all of a sudden I'm forgetting her name, and she's just as famous. I've got her right here. Let me pull it up.
And then also, just to clarify it on the bracket, I didn't notice this when I pulled it up, but it looks like the left side of the bracket is all like the fruity kind of candy, and then
Oh, interesting. Okay.
the right side of it is all like the chocolate, like the Snickers, the Milky Ways.
Okay.
So we'll find out who reigns supreme in those categories, and then they'll go up against each other for the
Okay.
best, the worst Halloween candy that you could receive.
But then, yeah,
Oh.
so we're also
That the Switch It Witch gets.
the Switch It Witch.
Yes.
The other person in that interview is going to be Olivia Hack, who also has played like a bunch of different voices. You know, she's been in Star Wars. She's been she played Ty Lee in
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and she's also Cindy Brady.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, she played the live action Cindy Brady. So yeah, that, and then Nasya Chowdhury, who is from Attack on Titan.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Awesome.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, dude, that's a cool set right there.
Yeah.
Where are we at on the build?
I'm getting there.
Well, I know you're getting there, but are you in a like? How much time do you think you have left on it?
I mean, if we can go over by 10 minutes, I could probably knock out this bag.
Okay, yeah, we can keep going. I was just working on writing all this stuff out.
Mhm.
So we can keep going. All right. Let's see. Okay. Next up we have okay, Smarties won that one. Okay, this one. Nerds.
Nerds.
This is Jolly Ranchers.
Ooh. I lean nerds unless it is a specific Jolly Rancher flavor.
The blue raspberry?
No, actually, I like the blue raspberry.
Oh, that's what I'm sorry. I like the blue raspberry.
I don't like the cherry.
Really?
A lot of people
Oh.
like the cherry one. I don't like the cherry Jolly Rancher.
Oh, for me, it's the watermelon. I'm not a big fan of the watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Watermelon was like my favorite one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Something about it. I don't know. I couldn't get. But I like all the other flavors, though.
So my vote is actually Jolly Ranchers. Is not my favorite. I prefer Nerds over Jolly Ranchers, so my vote is for Jolly Rancher.
Okay.
Where are we at?
When I was a kid, I used to go to Safeway and I'd always buy a cinnamon Jolly Rancher. I don't know why, but I liked cinnamon as a kid.
Yeah, you said you like hot tamale.
That's true. That's true. But I'm going to go with Jolly Ranchers, though. Jolly Ranchers for me.
Okay. All right. We got 2 for Jolly Ranchers. What about you, Philippe?
Like I said, it's I don't, because I like the electric lemonade Nerds. Those ones are actually
Oh yeah, those are tasty. Yeah.
Oh, Darren is asking you, Jordan, are you going to wait? Oh, yes. He's asking you, are you going to be at Powerhouse?
Me? I plan to.
Not a professor. I'm not a professor.
Okay, yeah, I totally plan. Yes.
He just leaves you.
I mean, unless it's thugonomics.
Oh, God.
I'm a professor of thugonomics.
Okay.
That was your cue, Jackie.
What?
John Cena.
Oh, I can't reach, and it's not on that anymore. We don't need to do it. It's fine.
Okay.
So
that's a John Cena joke.
I know. I realized that. I actually didn't watch. I didn't watch wrestling when John Cena was in it.
Yeah, he was the professor of thugonomics.
Oh, well, that was after I stopped watching it. So are you going to be at Powerhouse?
I plan to be there. Yeah. Yes.
When is that one?
Powerhouse is not till the summer.
Yeah, not for a while.
Okay. Azula, nice.
Yeah, Azula. She's a pretty badass character in general.
Okay.
She's essentially the princess of the Fire Nation.
That's nice.
But she also is like, 1, she's a pyro. 2, she is a sociopath. So
that's fun and fresh.
Fun and fresh.
Fun and fresh. That's my phrase this month, I guess. We have at work, we have like constantly have changes, and my coworker and I are like 2 of the most like senior people there, and anytime we get like a change or something new happens, we go, "That's fun and fresh," instead of going like, "What is going on?" We just go
Trying to get positivity on it, a little positive spin.
like
Totally.
somebody will like say something will happen or some announcement will come out, and we're like, "Well, that's fun."
It's fun and fresh.
Anyway, okay. Okay, so Philippe, what is your vote? Jolly Ranchers or nerds?
Solely on one flavor, I'm going Jolly Rancher.
Okay.
Like I said, the cherry is really just, I don't like the cherry flavored Jolly Ranchers. I think they taste just terrible.
Anybody in the chat want to going once, going twice? Darren Chibi is all over the place. He's on Twitch. He's on YouTube.
He's trying to make sure that we have enough viewership
He's
on all
back
of our
on
places.
Twitch. Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know. I'm assuming.
Oh, he is saying that he wishes that Jordan would be able to go to Medford.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, if you last minute, if you want to go to Medford with us this weekend.
Actually, speaking of cons, I actually got accepted to Designer Con in November. But man, that's a hefty. But so I don't think we can go, unfortunately. But I got accepted, which is cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how your wife would feel about going to Medford at the last second, but
yeah.
The boss has shown up, and now we all have to do our work.
Oh shit, James is here.
James is in.
No, James, we're working.
When the cat's away, the mice will play. He's on the distance nerding jet.
Yeah, James said he needs a recap of the recap while we're doing the recap of the recap.
Okay. Oh, Darren Chibi just in for the clencher. So James, sir, boss,
don't fire her.
We finished out the best 80s song of the best 80 party song. Girls Just Want to Have Fun won because girls, they want to have fun. and because we rule the world.
Who runs the world? Girls.
And then now we are doing worst Halloween candy bracket. We are starting on the what do you call that kind of candy? Not sweet candy, like sugar.
The hard candy?
Hard candy. We're starting with the hard candy. And we have gone through so far what is moving on to the next round as worst Halloween candy is candy corn, Snickers, hot tamales, gummy bears, and Smarties. Now we are hearing none, seeing none. Gonna go ahead and call Jolly Rancher as being the worst between and Jolly Rancher. Jolly Rancher is moving on to the next round as the worst, one of the worst Halloween candies. Next up, these ones are very kind of similar. Ring Pops versus Tootsie Pops.
Ring Pops versus Tootsie Pops.
Oh,
as the worst.
Yeah, my vote is for Ring Pops because they make your hands sticky.
I'm impartial here. I don't really.
You don't really care about either one.
No, I don't. I don't lean one with the other. So I can be a tiebreaker here, but I'll wait.
Okay. What's your vote?
I'm gonna say Ring Pop, just because you get a Tootsie Roll in the middle of a Tootsie Pop, so you get like an extra added prize.
Oh, you know what's cool? Tootsie Pops too is that if you find one with a star on it, you just go back and they give you a free one. Remember that?
You get one for free. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I learned that late as a kid, but you know who taught me that was Dominic.
What do you take it to, like the store?
You just go to the store.
Or like for me, it was like a barber shop. They'd have them. I'd say, "Hey, can I get another one?" I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. If you took it to like our corner store, if it had the star on it, he would give us another one for free.
I didn't know this hack.
Mm-hmm. Life hacks, babe.
I feel like I've missed out on my childhood because of this.
Yeah, you did.
I'll have to go write a depressing story about it. This is like so random. I can write like really deep, like descriptive stories, But then I also wrote this story about how when I was a kid and I moved in with my dad and my grandpa, about how I used to wake up in the middle of the night and go check out the house while everybody was sleeping. And I like described how like during the day I was only like allowed to sit like in one seat, and I would sit in the seat and I would like scope out the things that I was going to I was going to check out that night. And
Wow.
I wrote a whole story about it.
Wow.
Your mom said ring pops.
I got her vote.
Darren said, like nerds, not because I'm a nerd.
Okay.
He said it in both Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah. I got his vote, but okay. Yeah, he was the only other one that voted in the other one. So Ring Pops versus Tootsie Pops. Ring Pops definitely won that one and is gonna move on to the next round. How much where are we at?
Time wise?
Yeah. Not time wise, where piece wise.
Oh, I mean, I don't have much left. Like I said, if you give me an extra 10 minutes after the show,
Okay.
if we go over 10 minutes, we should be fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. So next up we have Skittles versus Lemon Heads.
Oh.
That's a hard one just because as a kid, I used to love lemon heads.
Yeah, me too.
Did you ever try, they came out with like lemon head flavors?
Like raspberry, I think I remember, right? There was a raspberry one, maybe?
Lemon Heads and Friends.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's what it was called.
Yeah, lemon heads and friends.
My sister Erin loved Lemon Heads. That was like her favorite candy.
I used to love lemon heads. I like the cherry one too.
And she used to, she probably still does, the sour Skittles.
Yes. Sour Skittles are actually really good.
This was bad. So I think it was her. It was somebody. My nephew, he's 23 now. He's fine. He was a baby.
I like how she prefaced the story.
Yeah, totally. Like he's still alive. He's functioning.
He was a baby. Like he was a little, like he was. I don't even think he was one yet. And somebody took a little bit of the powder from the sour Skittle and put it on his tongue.
Oh.
Kind of made like a sour face. He didn't cry or anything, but it was
child abuse.
It was probably child abuse.
Child abuse.
He lived. He's fine.
He's 23. He's like you said, he's good.
23. He's fine now.
He's 23 and his girlfriend chokes him out now.
What?
I taught her how to choke him out.
Okay.
I taught her how to do a rear naked choke, and she tried it on him, and he almost passed out. This is at Christmas party when we first met her.
Yeah. Okay, so right now we have two for Skittles, one from me and one from my mom. Philippe, what's your vote for?
You guys are voting that Skittles is worse.
Yes.
I'm voting Skittles off the island, which means I'm voting for crybabies. Why? Because
They're not crybabies.
Or what? Warheads.
Lemonheads.
Warheads are
amazing.
Man.
No, because you know why Skittles will not move up forward with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a special relationship with the purple Skittles.
Yes.
It was a comfort thing when I was in the Army.
Oh, okay.
Every once in a while, they would get a little snack pack of purple Skittles in our MREs, and they weren't allowed to eat them, and then they would fight. And then they would fight over them.
Yeah, when we were finally able to like eat the candy that was in the MREs that came in every now and then, like we would fight over the purple Skittles. There were a couple different things that we would fight over. Like the purple Skittles was one thing, and then the strawberry banana milkshake we would fight over. But the reason that we fought over over the milkshake was because one milkshake had 1,500 calories in it. So we could sustain an entire day off of that because
you're right, sure,
especially in like certain schools or like ranger selection, we only got we got calorie restrictions mainly because the idea was to function in the worst of conditions.
Right.
You know, they deprived us of sleep. We didn't get very much food. It really sucked. So when we would come across, we would get an MRE a day. When we would come across that milkshake in the MRE, like people would literally buy them off of each other and just be like, I will give you $50 for that milkshake.
Wow.
You know,
Man,
and
yeah.
fist fights over these milkshakes. Like, so it was like Lord of the Flies, man. It was terrible.
Mm.
Jordan, what's your vote for? Skittles or Lemonheads? Which one are you voting off the island?
I'll go lemon heads.
All right, so we're tied up. Anybody in the chat? Skittles versus Lemonheads. Which one is the worst Halloween candy? I can wait.
Can wait all day. We can do this. And
Uh,
I'm close to being done here.
I know. I'm not rushing you. I just I do want to make this fair. I do like somebody. Where's Darren at when you need him?
Yeah. Darren, where'd you go? Oi!
Yeah, there you go.
I like Skittles.
Okay.
Okay, so that means you're voting off Lemonheads.
He's like, it's not what I said. I just said I like Skittles.
I like Skittles.
I like turtles.
You like turtles? Turtle.
It's a early
Turtle.
that's an early internet meme right there. I like turtles.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
He's the kid that said I like.
Yeah, the kid. Yep.
Okay, so Darren, I'm taking your I like Skittles for your voting Lemonheads off the island. Blink one's for yes, two for no.
Blink once if you can see me.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that he's voting Lemonheads off the island. So Lemonheads won that one.
All right, I just finished the bag.
Okay. So we're good.
Yeah, so we're good.
All right. So that's actually I think the end of the hard candy side. So moving on to the next round next week would be candy corn, Twizzlers, hot tamales, gummy bears, Smarties, Jolly Ranchers, ring pops, and lemon heads.
Nice.
So tune in next week for the conclusion of worst Halloween candy ever.
Same bat channel. Same bat channel. DistanceNerding.com. So just to give you guys an update and to show everybody what it looks like. Go back here. So this is where we're at right now, right? So we've got the front, kind of there's a lot of like structure that's going on right here.
Back, side to side.
Right. And basically the idea is this comes down now, but then it comes back up on its own.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, yeah, this it's already coming out to be kind of cool. You know,
Can you see any of the details forming on the inside?
No, like I said, right now it's all really just structure, so you can see like just the structural pieces on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I mean, there's like a little Mario star on the inside right here.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it on this. So that's it for our build for this week. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Jordan C Fong for hanging out with us here today.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, hold on.
Ready.
I need we need a proper. Nope, that's not the right one. All the kids are happy. Jordan, I appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us here tonight, man. I did not warn you about the dance party.
Oh.
Right. So the dance party, just so you know what the dance party is, right? Essentially, all you're gonna do is grab something from around you. And you're just gonna make it dance on screen. Layak, do me a favor and just give him a example of what we do with the dance party here.
This is my dance partner.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're gonna make the unicorn dance on screen.
And you just like
got it. I got my prop actually ready to go.
There we go. So what I'm gonna do before we do that, I'm gonna switch cameras here so I don't look like an idiot. Yeah. All right.
I
This
might
is a
have
whole
broke
process.
whoops.
All right.
Hey.
Hey, you guys can see my face. You won't see my face? Okay. Another bad joke. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the dance party. That all being said, let's go ahead and get this going. Again, we'll start with my yak. No shit.
There we go. There we go. Woo!
Distance nerding.
That's how James shows up on the show.
That's great. Hey, yeah. That was a beautiful game Monday. Whew.
This is the one that pisses James off the most. James is a Raider fan, by the way.
Oh, Jay, no! Oh, that's great.
Philippe was at the game on Monday.
I know. I saw the post, man.
Right.
That was tight.
Hell yeah. Well, guys, we'll see you on Monday.